Hello and a warm welcome to the Southern View. I'm Sam Daniel. Over the next 30 minutes, all my colleagues from South India, including Umar Sudhir from Hyderabad, Ashish from Andhra Pradesh, Deepak Bopana and Ritu from Karnataka, and Ashwin from Kerala would join me. Let's begin with news from Tamil Nadu. An MGR statue, a 35-year-old statue at Avaniyapuram in Chennai, was vandalized late last night in Madurai city. This was spotted by AIADMK cadre who took to the streets demanding arrest of the culprits. EPS, the AIADMK chief, has called it antisocial and an attempt to bring down the fame and contribution by three-time Chief Minister MG Ramachandran, who founded AIADMK. He has demanded the arrest of the culprits. The local AIADMK functionaries, led by Rajan Chellappa, fixed the damages and reinstalled that statue in that little structure, which is being seen as a shrine by AIADMK cadre in Madurai. This was placed outside the arena at the Jallikattu venue in Avaniyapuram. Police say they are investigating. They are looking at all the evidences available in the form of CCTV images and footage, and they are very confident that by end of this day they'll be able to arrest the culprits. There was tension in Madurai early this morning, but now police say the situation is under control and investigation is underway. The BJP or the NDA MPs team that visited Karur a few days ago for an on-the-spot study and on a fact-finding mission on what exactly happened at the Karur Stampede that killed 41 people at the venue of TVK chief actor Vijay, according to sources in the BJP, has submitted its report. And it squarely blames it on the Tamil Nadu government and the police for what they call administrative failure. They say that that venue where the public meeting was held by Vijay could hardly accommodate 2,000 to 3,000 people, but ultimately around 30,000 people had gathered there. They also blame the police for under deployment of police forces, not in proportion to the expected crowd, and they call it as poor crowd management, and they want the Tamil Nadu government to respond. They also point out that the collector of Karur did not meet them. From the DMK side, they point out that this particular NDA fact-finding mission is political in nature. They say the BJP did not send such teams either to Manipur or to tragedies in Gujarat and the more recent Kumbh Mela, and they target Tamil Nadu only because the MK chief and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister MK Stalin believes because of the upcoming elections in 2026 in Tamil Nadu. And that's why the MK sources say the collector, since this fact-finding team is not an official team from the parliament but only constituted by the BJP, the collector, they say, in his busy schedule is not really mandated to meet this team. And this is what DMK spokesperson Dr. Syed Hafizullah had to say.
The entire fact-finding committee of the BJP is nothing but a political move with ulterior motive to defame the government right from the day one. When the investigations by the authorities and the one-man judicial commission is on, such a fact-finding committee, the intention and the motive of the committee has always been questionable, because they do not send committees in BJP ruled states where the administrative failure of the BJP will be easily made out. But this is nothing but pure politics. The people of Tamil Nadu have understood clearly that the government has done the best in the Karur crowd management, but it was because of few things that such an unfortunate incident has happened.
M chief and Rajya Sabha MP actor Kamal Haasan is on his way to Karur to meet members of those families who lost their near and dear ones in that stampede that killed 41 people. This, in fact, Kamal Haasan, according to M&M sources, would be in Karur around 2:30. And Kamal Haasan earlier had dispatched a team of his party functionaries to meet families of those who lost their dear ones and also to console those members injured. And Kamal Haasan earlier had wanted the Tamil Nadu government to provide adequate compensation to those who lost their lives, following which the Tamil Nadu government had announced a relief of 10 lakh rupees for families of those who lost their members. In fact, this comes at a time the Madras High Court has constituted a special investigation team under Inspector General of Police Ashra Gal to find out what went wrong and to pinpoint those responsible for this. The Tamil Nadu government too has constituted a one-member inquiry commission under retired Judge Justice Aruna Jagadeesan, after which Chief Minister M.K. Stalin says on the basis of the report and recommendations by this committee, the government would formulate a standard operating procedure to make sure rallies like this do not face tragedies like this any longer. In fact, this has come as a huge embarrassment for the ruling DMK, with the TVK chief actor Vijay accusing the ruling party of conspiracy behind the stampede that killed 41 people, something the ruling DMK has vehemently denied and has blamed it on the actor for his terrible delay and for a series of violations, including holding a road show practically when it was not allowed and causing a terrible delay in his meetings one after the other, allowing the crowds to surge to uncontrollable levels, leading to a stampede. The police has so far arrested 2 TVK functionaries, and they're on the lookout for 2 other functionaries, including the General Secretary of TVK, Pussy Anand. In fact, these leaders, we understand, are likely to move the Supreme Court challenging the denial of anticipatory bail by the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court. Well, that's all the news from Tamil Nadu. Now it's over to my colleague Ashwin in Thiruvananthapuram for all the news from Kerala. Ashwin, it's over to you.
Well, thank you, Sam. Right now, the Sabrimala issue has become a probe. Sabrimala gold, which is tuned around 4.65 kilograms. Now, this has become a huge talking point, and the left government, which is and the Congress, is now demanding a CBI probe in this matter. However, the special has ordered a special
through some middlemen, somebody robbed more than 5 kilos. At the primary finding, it is more than 5 kilos was lost. And further investigation, we think that it will be more. About 30 kilogram he has donated. The Devasam board and the government knew this matter 2022 itself, but they have not initiated any criminal proceedings against the concerned persons. Now this is a serious matter. Our demand is that it has to be investigated by the Central Bureau of Investigation under the supervision of the Honorable High Court of Kerala.
This is a criminal act that has happened, and with the connivance of the then Devasam board president and the Devasam minister. So Unnikrishnan Poti is only a link in the whole conspiracy. And Devasam vigilance has no authority to even file an FIR, as per my understanding. So that's why we are demanding that a CBI inquiry is the only option to bring out the real conspiracy and the culprits behind the whole act.
Well, that's it from Kerala. So now to some news from Karnataka. There has been, of course, the ongoing socio-economic survey or the caste survey in Karnataka, but there has been a lot of problems reported from day one. From enumerators not wanting to, turn up on duty, to enumerators suggesting that there would be, their students who will go ahead and conduct a survey and residents opposing this, to the Deputy Chief Minister himself objecting to some of the questions in the survey, especially when it comes to asking about the amount of gold that a person has. When DK Shivkumar refused to answer, the BJP went on to say that this is a clear indicator of how unplanned the entire survey that's being carried out is. That's not it. Today we also had a situation where about 4 villages in Shimoga Sagara Taluk decided to boycott the survey because they say they do not even have basic facilities like phone connectivity in their village. Even a surveyor cannot really come and use a mobile application, and that's a situation that needs to be rectified before the government wants to really fix other sorts of issues. My colleague Ritu is joining us live on the broadcast. Ritu, tomorrow is the last date for the survey. Clearly in Bengaluru, most of them are reporting that nobody has visited their house. So we are also looking at an extension as well amidst a lot of opposition coming in from, the BJP, JDS, and somewhere within the Congress party also, isn't it?
Very true, Deepak. You see, ever since that the survey started here in Karnataka, we've been seeing a lot of confusion as well in the politics around this whole socio-economic survey. In the new and fresh that we are seeing how the Deputy CM DK Shivkumar himself denied to answer certain personal questions, and therefore then he instructs these enumerators to not go ahead and ask these kind of questions to any of them who are going to take part in the survey. So there's a huge confusion that is still around this whole matter, but needs to be seen because, as you pointed out, just one day left for the deadline and we're still seeing this confusion being on. Somewhere there are technical glitches that we are seeing on certain in certain districts. We are seeing how that the students are allegedly being utilized basically to conduct these kind of surveys. So yes, there's no solution, but there are only problems that are getting added on to when it comes to socio-economic survey.
Well, stay with us, Ritu. We have some more breaking news coming in from Karnataka. This is about, the Lingayat community and the latest statement coming in from the Karnataka Chief Minister. The Chief Minister, of course, while attending a Lingayat convention in Bengaluru yesterday, he went on to say that Baswanna had realized that the caste system is so deep-rooted in our society, and that's the reason he came up with a separate Lingayat religion. Now, the BJP in the past, of course, has accused the Congress party and the Chief Minister of trying to divide the Hindu community, trying to say that the Lingayats are not part of the Hindu sect. But somewhere, within the BJP as well, there have been differences that have been there as far as those people who are part of the Lingayat Mahasabha have also suggested, for example, to those participating in the socio-economic survey to mark their religion as other under the religion category. So, but the Chief Minister's statement, of course, is drawing some ire from the opposition. Firstly, let's listen to the reactions, firstly, of what the Chief Minister said and then what the BJP is trying to here indicate.
ಬಸವಾದಿ ಶರಣರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜಾತಿ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆಯಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಜಡತ್ವದಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜಾತಿ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ. ಜಡತ್ವದಿಂದ ಕೂಡ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜಾತಿ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಜಾತಿ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಚಲನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಸವಣ್ಣವರು ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನೇ ಮುಟ್ಟಾಕಿದ್ರು.
See, they are called social reformers. They didn't want to create anything separate. Here is a man or a party, Congress party or the Chief Minister, always he looks only political opportunity, political dividends, opportunistic, appeasement politics. Then that is a government inefficiency. It is not the people. The government have become inefficient. They should have been performing better.
Well, meanwhile, the wrongdoings at the central jail in Bengaluru, the Parapanagahara, continues unabated. It was just a few months ago that we saw actor Darshan, who was lodged there, get VIP treatment, sitting there with a cigarette in his hand, a coffee mug in the other, as if he was sitting at a party. And before that as well, several questions have come up about how VIP treatment is given to prisoners. In the latest now, another rowdy sheeter who's lodged inside the Parapanagahara prison was seen cutting a birthday cake, celebrating as if he was in his house or at a club. And this has now prompted the officials to investigate. But the question here is, how many times is an investigation going to be done? How is this time and again being allowed inside the prison? Is there really a fix? We tried to speak to some of the Congress leaders about this. Let's listen to what they said.
You see, yesterday we've been seeing that there's another video that has surfaced on the social media, sir, where that an inmate in the central prison has been seeing that VIP treatment, cake cutting and stuff. The government is in question over here, sir.
Suppose if the officials are involved in that, in such a situation, if they have violated any rule, it will be dealt with very seriously and action will be taken against them. I condemn it. And such kind of things should not recur also.
But sir, this is happening right after what we saw with the actor Darshan ka episode coming out. You have another video that has been out on
If that is happening, the Home Department will take severe action against the persons who are responsible for this.
Well, Ritu, empty promises is all that the people get. The question here is, prisons are supposed to be a place where they reform, where they're supposed to not have the facilities that they enjoy, in a nightclub or in their house. And celebrating a birthday so lavishly, putting out reels, it just shows the state of affairs, isn't it?
Well, very true, Deepak. You see, not the punishment, but what has been seen here is the lavish life that one can really see in these visuals. How that what has really been questioned over here is the couple of points that are getting raised. Is point number one: how did there was a mobile accessible in that kind of a scenario? Who was the one who had actually allowed the mobile inside? That this whole episode gets captured on the mobile. And then secondly, you see how that the cake was also delivered inside the jail. That's the reason we are seeing that birthday bash on full swing as well. And then thirdly, the apple garland that one can see. So how is that? Who is in the hand in glove activity over here is the question that is getting raised. But yes, incident after incident that we're getting to see from the central jail is raising a lot of questions, but there is no permanent solution to it. However, you also have the ministers coming out and stating that whatever the incident was about, but it is condemnable, but there has to be an action that needs to be taken. But the permanent action is what is required.
Right, Ritu, we have some more breaking news coming in from Karnataka again. This is the Chief Minister once again when asked about the, separate religion for Lingayat, snaps at his own minister. He was speaking in Koppal earlier today, where again questions were asked by reporters about the socio-economic survey, about his stand as far as a separate religion for Lingayats is concerned. Now, when he was not directly answering that question, Minister Shivraj Tangadagi, who was standing right next to him, prompts that this is the question that the reporters are saying. They want your personal stand on the separate Lingayat religion aspect. At that point in time, Mr. Siddaramaiah is clearly seen irked, and he snaps at his own minister and says, well, there is no question of my stand. Whatever people say, that will be entered. Let's listen to what happened there.
ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕವಾಗಿ ಧರ್ಮದ ಕಾಲಮಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಂಗಾಯತ ಅಂತ ಇರಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ
ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕ ಧರ್ಮದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಿಲುವು ಏನು ಬರೀತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬರ್ಕತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಸಮೀಕ್ಷೆ ಯಾವ ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದೆ, ಯಾವ ಜಾತಿ ಸೇರಿದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಏನು, ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕವಾಗಿ, ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕವಾಗಿ, ಔದ್ಯೋಗಿಕವಾಗಿ, ರಾಜಕೀಯವಾಗಿ ಲಿಂಗಾಯತ ಧರ್ಮದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಿಲುವು ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಬರೆಸ್ತಾರ ಅವರೇ.
Well, now over to my colleague Ashish from Andhra Pradesh, who brings you all the updates from what's happening there.
Thank you, Deepak. In Andhra Pradesh, yet again, we are witnessing a high volume and high decibel political blame game between YSR Congress Party, which is in opposition, and ruling Telugu Desam Party. On Sunday, YSR Congress Party chief and former Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy, he wrote on Twitter alleging the ruling party, TDP, and Chief Minister directly alleging him of promoting illegal liquor sale, protecting party workers who are indulged in illegal and spurious liquor sale and manufacturing. He also alleged that government of Andhra Pradesh, the current government of Andhra Pradesh, which is being run by NDA alliance, where TDP, Janasena, and BJP is in part, their workers and their leaders are in fact they are promoting illegal and spurious liquor sale, referring to the CAG report which was submitted in the assembly earlier this year. referring to that report, Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy alleged that government is suffering huge exchequer loss because of the wrong policy adopted by the TDP government, Chandrababu Naidu government. Meanwhile, TDP has taken up this note of this whole allegation, and in fact, Chandrababu Naidu, Chief Minister, held a review with the higher officials as well as party officials on Sunday. And Chandrababu Naidu, the party chief of Telugu Desam Party, he directed all the party leaders to not to indulge in any kind of such activity. And two of the party leaders who are assembly constituency in charge in North Coastal Andhra Pradesh, they have been suspended from the party. He also instructed the officials to ensure that no such illegal trade, sale or spurious liquor manufacturing happens in the state, and he official to take a firm step against all those who are involved in illegal liquor trade. Remember, Chandrababu Naidu government, once they came into the power, they scrapped the previous Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy's government liquor policy. They come up with a new liquor policy, and there's a SIT probe where Chandrababu Naidu government is in fact investigating the illegal trade and illegal sale of liquor through SIT, and ED is also investigating the previous government liquor policy. Now we'll go to Hyderabad, where my colleague Uma will tell you about the story related to Telangana and Hyderabad.
Thank you, Ashish. A big crackdown on the rave parties and drug usage by youngsters by the Telangana police. This one happened in the Moinabad area, where the Rajendra Nagar Special Operations Team in fact raided a farmhouse where they found 65 youngsters that included 22 minors who were part of a rave party. And what we are being told is that all this was advertised on Instagram as a trap house 9mm, and subsequently all these people signed up for it, where they were promised a night of excitement and fun like never before, and they all came in, and subsequently the SOT, the Special Operations Team of the police, raided the place, and what they found was that at least 22 of the minors, 5 of them were girls as well. There was consumption of not just liquor but also of drugs, and at least 2 of them have tested positive for drugs. One is Ishan, who is in fact one of the organizers of this entire party. We are being told he's a second-year private college student, and his father is in Canada, and the second person is a minor whose identity we are withholding because he happens to be underage. But what is worrying is that as many as 22 minors were part of this so-called party in order to try and have the fun of their life, and that is something that is worrying, because in Moinabad itself in the past, just in the month of August, we had a party in which about 51 foreign nationals were arrested, and in that case as well, drugs and narcotic substances were recovered. In this case, under section 27 of the NDPS, and also for conducting an event, a ticketed event without police permission, cases are being booked. But section 27 NDPS gives that option that you can opt voluntarily for medical treatment or for getting off drugs, and that is something that these young students will now have the option of, teenagers and young students in the middle of drug usage. Moving on now to my colleague Sam Daniel in Chennai.
Thank you, Uma. That's a wrap on this edition of the Southern View. Hope you liked it. For now, it's goodbye from Uma, Ashish, Deepak, Ritu, Ashwin and I. See you tomorrow, same time. Goodbye.